it's Landon here, and welcome to my home. I've been here for about 10 days, and I'm really liking it. I think I held out for the perfect property for me. You just can't go wrong with a 1,700 square foot bungalow with an attached garage in a good end of town. I wanted to talk today about the results of the home inspection that I had done, and a lot of my friends were telling me, you know what, don't get a home inspection, it's just a waste of money, they're always going to miss things anyway. In my case, it actually worked out for the better because it cost $350 for the home inspection, but I was able to negotiate an extra $3,150 off of my initial offer. So in a way, it kind of saved me money, and also I don't get to experience those surprises that I would have had if I didn't have the home inspection, although there is still surprises, don't get me wrong. I wanted to start with the exterior of this place. The roof is in excellent shape. I think they just did it last year because the Google image of the house has a different roof, and that was done in 2013, and so I bought in 2015. They probably did it 2014 is when they did the roof. The inspector said that you probably want to reseal around the skylights. They didn't do that good of a job, and you know, for the extra 20 minutes it would take you to really seal them, it would be better. The driveway has a big crack in it, so I'll have to get that fixed because it's a bit of a tripping hazard, and of course with the freezing and thawing that happens in Canada here, it's just going to get worse. And then the grading around the entire house just needs to be fixed because everything's leaning towards the house. Poor drainage, it just needs to be done. The back deck, the boards that are on top are rotten, so I'm hoping that the joists are in good shape so I can just rip off the top portion and just replace those, and it would be a lot cheaper than if I have to tear out the whole thing. The windows are original to the house. They're in okay shape except for the south ones. The south ones, you could probably refinish them and get a couple more years out of them, but otherwise they're kind of on their end. So the foundation I thought was really solid. I went downstairs when I saw this place. It looked way better than like anything in Hillsdale or Whitmore Park, which are notoriously bad in Regina. And so I thought it was really solid. But when I had the inspection done, there were a few questions. This west wall here, when you look at the foundation at the back corner, it matches up with the house, but as you get closer and closer to the front of the house actually comes off of the foundation and kind of like hangs over the edge. Any kind of inspector would be like, your wall has like failed, it's like coming in, but when you take a look in the basement, there's no movement, there's no cracks or anything. So the only thing that the inspector could think of is that when they built the house, they measured wrong. And so the house had to be put over top of the foundation because the foundation was just too small. And then the other walls in question are the east wall and then the south wall that goes off of the master bedroom. So the south wall that goes off of the master bedroom is probably the scariest. When you look at it from the outside, there's like a whole bunch of cracks and whatnot, and what it is, it's the beam of the house pushing through the wall, which sounds terrifying, right? I got a foundation expert here to give me a quote, and he says, honestly, that wall is more cosmetic more than anything. It's really not moving that bad. Where your problem is that east wall, and that one has actually come off its sill. Because it's kind of zero-scaped on that part of the yard, what happened is because the grading's bad, all that weight of that water that would usually go into the groundwater has been sitting, because they probably have like plastic underneath, it's been sitting there and pushing in on the wall. So I do need to get that braced. If I braced that wall as well as did some preventative bracing on that south wall there, it'd be $6,300, which is how we got the $3,150 back because they did half and half. So when you come into the house, they checked the roof and the insulation is good except for the skylight shafts. The insulation has come off a little bit, so the inspector says what you probably want to do is get up there and be like really careful not to like move around the insulation, but just kind of tie a string around the shafts to hold the insulation in place. Other than that, like, it's pretty much cosmetic stuff in here. Of course, everybody wants to know about the heart-shaped tub. It's like everybody is in love with that tub, and it's so funny because I absolutely hated the tub. And then it kind of grew on me, and then I hated it again. So I'll tell you why. First of all, The tub is not on its own separate circuit, so if anybody's using a hairdryer in any of the bathrooms and you try to use that tub's motor, it's not going to work. It's just going to blow a breaker. The hot water heater isn't big enough to fill that tub. By the time it's half full, it's already out of hot water. The other thing too is that I thought it was a jet tub. It was going to, like, you know, circulate the water and whatnot. It's more like an air tub. You turn on the jet and it just blows cold air up your backside. So it's like completely useless and you can't have a shower in that ensuite. And I know everybody loves that tub, but like, just really, on a practical sense, it really sucks. Anywho, who knows? I even kind of thought, well, maybe I can, like, you know, rig up some kind of shower and put like a shower curtain around it. I don't know. So that's pretty much what I need to work on for the next little while, because it makes no sense to update anything until I actually repair the things that need addressing. So that's what I'm going to be up to for the next little while. Hopefully everybody else is doing okay. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.